Okay, so I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. I get to talk to the gas tank himself, Gary Traub. Gary, first things first. I like what you got on your shorts there. We got the Beeves. Go Beeves.
That's right.
When do you leave for Corvallis?
I've been kind of pushing it off. It hasn't really set in that, you're moving all the way across the country yet. So I've kind of been putting it off, kind of slowly saying my goodbyes. But I'm shooting for either probably around Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, some in the 3-day range. Whatever the flight's the cheapest of those 3-day ranges. So coming up here soon. Just it's starting to hit me now, like my dad's calling me every day now, wanting to hang out. He's like, well, you're gonna miss hanging out with me when you're all the way across the country. So, and just working to try to save up money for being out there and stuff like that, so I can just focus on wrestling.
Are you still living in Columbus? Do you have a lease there? Or are you here now?
No. So when I was in Columbus, I was living at my uncle's house. So I got to live rent free, which was nice. But I still got my furniture up there, but I'm living down here with my brother and my dad. So it makes it a little bit easier trying to train down here and stuff like that.
So when we talk about it, it wasn't a situation where we had a lease. You are leaving your friends behind from the last 5 years on the Ohio State team, right? And then, it's a big situation, man. You're moving all the way. It's 2,500 miles away to Corvallis, Oregon, and it's a different region of the country. It's just different. Travel's different, but you're going to get out there, and I hope you hit the ground running. But what's the biggest thing you're going to miss about Columbus, Ohio?
I think just the people, the relationships that you make with people. That's what made it so hard to leave. You make all these relationships over 5 years, and then to just leave and go to do something where I don't know anybody on the team. I met them when I was out there, seeing the campus and stuff. But other than that, I don't really know any of the guys out there, and you're leaving, 5 years of your best friends. So that's probably what I'm going to miss the most about Columbus. The people and the coaches out there. Obviously, I formed a great relationship with Coach Ryan, and Travel's leaving. So, and then Jaggers, of course, building relationships with those guys was awesome, and that's probably going to be one of the biggest things I'm going to miss.
Your nickname, probably when we talk about this name and image likeness, right? It's a huge thing that just came down. But the biggest thing, when you hit the team and hit the lineup, you were this backup, you were a walk-on guy you were gas tank Gary, and it was like you were a myth and a legend, right? And then you came out and you started beating top 20 guys. Then you started being top 10 guys, right? And you just really gained a lot of momentum. Then a guy transfers in from UVU and Tate Orndorff, and you don't get the position, right?
Yeah.
And now it makes sense to transfer, right? But there's still gas tank Gary, and everybody knows who you are, but you're just not going to be on the Big Ten Network this year, right? Not unless you guys have a duel somewhere in Big Ten country, right? Mm-hmm. What do we do with gas tank Gary, and where do you go with gas tank Gary from here? I'm guessing you take gas tank Gary and that same blue-collar mentality out to Corvallis.
Yeah.
Where do we go with gas tank Gary and now this new rule where you can make money off your name and your likeness?
I don't think it'll be too much of a difference. I was talking to Coach Pendleton and stuff, and the schedule that they're going to wrestle is going to be as competitive as anyone else. So definitely going to get the exposure to the best guys like I was in the Big Ten. Maybe not on a week-to-week basis, but and just getting to see I've never wrestled really anyone on the West Coast before, so getting to see a whole new style of wrestling, whole new wrestlers. I'm not going to be wrestling the same guys at the open tournaments and at the at all the duels and stuff like that. I'm going to get to see a new group of people, maybe develop some more techniques and stuff like that, and just grow my wrestling. So I'm really excited about that. I think that's one of the most exciting things that I'm looking forward to, is just getting to see a whole different side of the country and a whole new side of wrestling.
Going out to the Cascades. You guys are in between the Cascades and the Coastal Range. It's beautiful, the Willamette Valley. I love it. I was just actually out there. Seriously, I love it. It's like one of my favorite. My wife and I got married in Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
So we love it. Yeah, so I started going out there in like 2003. My best friend moved out there, and he works for Portland General Electric. So I'm out there a lot. I was just talking to the Clackamas coach, Coach Rode, and I was literally just out there, got off a plane 3 days ago. So biggest thing about the region, though, they don't bang like you guys bang. You're a hard-nosed guy. You got your hands on people. You're always pulling. You're always pushing. You're always taking ground. You're always pushing the gas tank. That's the big thing with you. You never get tired. I'm sure you're tired, but it doesn't look like it, right? That's the biggest thing they're going to have to deal with you out there. You know, you are always coming. You're ready to go, and you're always coming. What about that style do you think you can bring to the hard-nosed style to Oregon State?
Yeah, that's another thing I'm excited about. Just, you know, at Ohio State and the Big Ten, you know, hand fighting is essential. You know, you got Iowa, big hand fighters, and we really emphasized hand fighting at Ohio State, just in basically every drill that we did. So I think that will really help bringing that out there. Not like and trying to, you know, just make that an emphasis, continue to make that an emphasis on my wrestling. And, you know, like I was just talking like with Coach Pendleton and Coach Engel out there, and just that was going to be kind of my role, like just trying to be a leader and trying to show these guys that just because of the name on the front of your singlet doesn't mean that these guys are any different. You know, we all wrestle in the same technique, but just trying to, you know, wear people down, I think is the most important thing, you know, and that's what I like to do, try to do.
Okay, we're at the Barbarian Center. We're at Barbarian Apparel. Somebody put a tweet out. If there was a shirt you could buy right now, what would the shirt be? There's 2 shirts I would buy. I'd buy Legend Lamer, because that's just a sick name. Right now, it's just hanging out with him. He's a Cal Poly guy. He's in your conference. You'll see him. Really good, 149. Gas Tank Gary. Those are the 2 shirts I'd buy, and I'm not like blowing smoke. Those are the shirts I want. Now that you can make money off of it, do you have a partnership yet? Who are you going with for the shirts for Gas Tank Gary?
Yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere. Like, being away from Ohio State and being away from, obviously, Oregon State, I didn't really know. I had, like, I knew that something was in the works, like, with Oklahoma State, and, like, certain states had, like, legislation that they were passing. And I was like, well, I don't know if Oregon or is a part of that. And then when the NCAA kind of released the broad statement that, people can make money off their name, image, and likeness. I immediately got to reading the emails that, Oregon State was sending about what you can do, what you can't do, and stuff like that. And for the shirts, yeah, I'm talking to Barbarian Wrestling. Obviously, I know Coach Sassby being from Cincinnati, and actually, this building, me and another Ohio State wrestler, Jamin Hood, we actually, helped tear up the tile. This was a gym, so we helped tear up the tile, paint the walls, all that stuff. So he said he's gonna name the snack room after me. I'm still waiting on that.
The snack room's gonna be Gary Traub, or is it gonna be Gas Tank Gary? What's it gonna be?
Hopefully Gas Tank Gary. Gas Tank Gary Snacks, I think has a good ring to it. So that's obviously when the whole thing came out, he was kind of the first person that I talked to, and I was the first person that wanted to, make shirts for me and stuff like that.
So we're gonna see Gas Tank Gary shirts, Barbarian Apparel. Is that what Barbarian Apparel will have Gas Tank Gary shirts within the month? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know the time frame, but yes, soon.
I will have one on my back, and you know that, right? And I may have to fly out to Corvallis and do a lap around town with it on. You know that, right?
Oh yeah.
Or just run up the mountain. There's a couple of mountains around there. So okay, biggest thing you want people to know about Gary Traub, Gas Tank Gary, what would it be?
Oh man, hard one at the end. I just think, okay, the most important thing.
It's a tough one.
That is a tough
I got
one.
brain busters, don't I?
I know. Yeah, I wasn't ready for that one. I thought you were hitting me with softballs all day. But there was one thing I want people to know. I think it's just, God, I don't know, man.
You don't know?
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one.
Where does your hard-nosed work ethic come from? Why are you such a? Why did the work ethic with you? Why did the Gas Tank Gary name get bestowed upon you? And why are you such a hard-nosed blue-collar guy?
It really started with my dad. He was a big emphasis on doing extra and stuff like that. He's been coaching in the area, and his wrestlers, as a joke, got him a watch, and it didn't work. Because, always, whenever we're doing, he called it Traub time, but whenever we're doing Traub time, he'd be like, okay, you got 30 seconds left. And 2 minutes goes by, and he's like, all right, you got 10 seconds, everything you got for 10 seconds. So it kind of just hammered into my mind, like, you're not always going to know how much time is left, but are you willing to push for as hard as you can for as long as you can? And I think that's one of the things, and it really started to, show its light in my wrestling. I didn't take a bunch of shots, so I knew I had to find a way to either make the guy take a bad shot or wear him down to where I get to an easy shot. So that was always my mentality going into a match. And actually in high school, I I was hand fighting this guy so hard that he ended up with like 10 seconds left in the match. He ended up walking off the mat. And then I was like, dang, if I could just get him to do that every single time, then I wouldn't have to deal with him. They'd be done before the match was even over. So that's really when it kind of started, just trying to wear people down.
It's working.
Yeah.
It's working. All right. Did you think anything you want people to know about you? That's a pretty good thing for people to know about you.
Yeah.
Like where it came from. I mean,
Yeah.
It was just like a guy quit.
Yeah.
Where did the guy quit at? Was it like state, sectionals?
It was district semifinals.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was a kid that beat me actually twice during the year, and
He no mas.
Yeah.
No mas. I'm done.
yeah, he walked off for like 10 seconds, and I just ran up behind him and took him down like that.
You mat
was
returned
done.
him?
Oh yeah, I had to.
Did he
But
come to the center and shake your
He
hand?
came to the center, shook my hand. Before he walked off, he actually shook my hand and tried to walk off. And then the ref and his coaches pulled him in, and then he walked off again once they blew the whistle. So I picked him up, mat returned him, and then he kind of like ran to the, did the old like this one, and then ran away. But
Dude, that's awesome.
yeah, that's when I was like, dang, I could just try to do this every single match, and then just hope the other guy's more tired than I am.
You're going to be out in the Willamette Valley within the week,
Yeah.
running up the mountains, getting the job done,
Yeah,
making it happen.
yeah, I'm excited for him.
Do you got anything else for me?
I don't think so.
Thanks for sticking around, man. I'm
Yeah.
glad to see you're in here getting the job done, enjoying Cincinnati for another week,
Yeah.
and then up and
Yeah,
out here.
miss it.
Gas Tank Gary, I will be the first person with that shirt on. You might even see me wandering around in Corvallis. Thanks for the time, man. Good luck out
Yeah,
west.
sounds good. Thank you.